Hi guys, I'm coming on today to show you Silex, which is a iron deficiency self-test. They do other types of testing as well. I, however, have been iron deficient previously, so I'm really interested to see if I still am. So thank you so much for sending me this, guys. Let's get on with it. So a little bit about Silex. So Silex has a mission to make a positive change in the world of personal health. So what they're doing is providing these kits to people that want to test that might not necessarily be given these opportunities via their GP. So it's a really nice little way of taking ownership of your own health. Inside you've got the instructions. You've also got the iron deficiency self-test. So it looks a bit like a little bit like a COVID test really, or a pregnancy test, but it's not. And then you've got the little device that obtains the blood that you need to get the measurement, and you also have an alcohol wipe that makes the whole thing sterile. So you get the actual ferritin buffer solution that you need to do the test, and you always need to check the expiry date to make sure it's in date, otherwise you may get a false reading. So that is the ferritin buffer. Always check the instructions when you're doing something like this. So let's do it. So step one, we have got our blood device. This is a little prick. It will just extract a little bit of blood from your finger. It's nothing scary. So what you need to do is rotate and pull that top bit out like that. Then need to clean your finger, the finger that you will be using to take the measurement of blood. So clean that well, let it sit for 30 seconds so that it dries. This is what the test looks like out of the bag. Very much like a pregnancy test or a COVID test. So we should all be used to these type of testing devices nowadays. You also get a bulb to extract the blood from your finger. Make sure no air gets in that. You only need a very small amount of blood, just one drop, and that's enough to do the test. So next up, we're going to use the lancet, and I'm going to push down on my finger. Use the pad of your finger and that will draw blood. Easy as pie. So there is a little bit of blood there, as you can see. Didn't hurt at all. Just going to get some blood out. Use the bulb to get the blood from your finger and then put it into the self-test in the S part. You put one drop of the buffer into the self-test with the blood, and then we wait for the results. After 5 minutes we have a look at the results. So mine is showing up that I have an abnormal iron count, which is not necessarily unsurprising for me, but this test now means that I can go to my GP and say I've done a self-test and it shows that my iron is abnormal. So if you have a line on the C, that means your count is abnormal. If you have one line on the T, that means it is an invalid result, so you need to do another one. And if you have two lines, that means that your iron is fine and is a normal result. So that is it. So if you're interested in trying out a self-testing kit for home, it's not necessarily a diagnosis, but it does give you some information and allows you to contact your GP if you feel it's necessary. So that was the self-testing home diagnosis kit for iron deficiency with Silex. Thanks guys.